Me too. Hi, everyone. Oh, hi, everyone. So I believe I am live now. So this is kind of a test run for me to see if the scheduled live worked out good. And it looks like Dawn said she thumbs up. My mom got the notice. Teresa says she did too. Okay, one person here. So I think this is the right stream. Um, Hold on. Top shot. Okay. There we go. I'm trying to figure it out. For some reason. Okay, I think it's working out. So I'm trying to do a test to see if this is the right stream. I saw the comments. Teresa, we're here. Okay, great. Unfortunately, I didn't realize it says no one's here. That's weird. Oh, now it says two people here. I didn't realize Misty was doing a premiere tonight at the same time. So I bet a lot of people are over there at her premiere. Um, okay, so Teresa's here. I see three people here. Oh, now five. I think it's being a little slow because it will say like hardly anyone's here, and then it'll all of a sudden pop up that like five, now four people here. Um, Mostly I was doing this as a test. Oh, Caroline's here. Hi, okay. And so when I scheduled this, I didn't know it either. I know the Misty's premiere. I didn't realize after I scheduled it, like a few hours into it, um, it says 25 in Misty's premiere. Does it say it's gonna start in 25 minutes? Yeah, and then after I sent the set up the reminder, then several hours later I noticed that she's on premiere. I'm like, oh shoot, and I already did the reminder and stuff. But I wanted to talk about YouTube live sales. I've had a couple people reach out to me asking questions and stuff, and I'm fairly new at it. I've got a lot of my information from Alex at Chapter 2 Vintage and from Misty from Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. And I've talked to Vintage Vinny about sales and Trusty Huckster Mercantile and Nicole from Nicole North Gardens. So there's a lot of people that are going to be starting to do. Oh, and a Joanna Work in Progress. That are, a lot of people channels are going to start doing YouTube live sales, and I thought I could go over the schedule of some of the other channels that are doing their sales. And if anyone on here is interested in doing a sale, um, think about when other people are doing their sales so you can get the most amount of people coming to your sale. So we don't kind of, I know, I mean, there's thousands of channels out there, and obviously it's going to overlap with other sales. But some of us that kind of subscribe to each other's channels and stuff, um, we can all talk about it and, try to work around each other so we can all help each other out. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Nicole. So, so I did write down the days. Sometimes, some of the times I don't really know. Hi, Joanne. So, I'm talking about YouTube live sales, and I know there's other people that have talked about maybe doing it. Oh, my word got weird. LOL. Oh, yeah, you're speaking another language. So I know like Fat Bird Finds was talking about maybe having a sale in the future, things like that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other channels, but wanted to talk about some of the sales that are scheduled. So Joanne from A Work in Progress is thinking about having a sale May 11th, Monday. But Joanne, you're here. What time were you thinking? And remember, we have to say either Pacific or Eastern, so we kind of know. So I can write it down, and I can also talk about everyone's sales, the day and time. Oh, Nicole, you figured out the invoice thing. Awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of work to fill out those invoices. I didn't realize until the first sale and the second sale. And filling out those invoices is probably the hardest part because it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of feels like office work. So I know, Misty. Okay, I'm doing it 7 p.m. Eastern time, right? On May 11th. Is that right, Joanne? You're Eastern. Yeah, Eastern. Okay, so A Work in Progress is going to be doing the sale May 11th, Monday next week. Misty Misty at Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, she has her sale every Wednesday. And you guys, tell me if I'm right. Is it 1 p.m. Central? Is her time Central? 1 p.m. Central? I think it is. No, or it might be Eastern. Do you guys know? Hi, Laura. If you guys know what time, is it 1 p.m. Eastern? Misty from Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. Hi, Laura. We're talking about YouTube live sales, and we're writing down channels, sale times. Hi, Shar's Nest. So if you guys are thinking about a sale, think about working around these channels. I'm Central, and it's noon my time. Okay, so hers is 1. Okay, so I was right. Oh, Eastern. Okay. So Misty from Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter has a live sale every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Eastern. Okay. And then there's Trusty Huckster Mercantile, who's a very new channel, and he's having his sale oh he's having his sale Thursday, May 7th at 7 p.m. But I can't remember if he's Eastern time because he has a notice on his channel. It says 7 p.m., but it doesn't say Eastern, or I don't think he's Pacific. But he is having a sale Thursday, May 7th night. Then I'm having a YouTube live sale this Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And Joanne is actually going to be helping me keep track. So that is another idea. So my husband possibly will be working this Friday overtime, and I was a little worried because when you have a YouTube live sale, it's really hard to do it by yourself, to show the items, talk about the items, keep track of who's the first one to bid on the item, or not bid, or claim the item. So it's always good to have a second person. So I was a little worried because I really wanted to have the sale this coming up Friday. So if you don't have anyone at home can keep track, like on a notebook like this, then you can also ask another YouTube channel. So Joanne's going to be helping me, possibly Vintage Vinny if Joanne is not able to do it like last minute or something, to try to keep track. So I'll probably keep track and then communicate with Joanne and see if we got if I missed something or we got it all right. So if you guys are thinking about having a sale, remember it's like a 2-person kind of deal. So I mentioned my sale. at Friday 4 p.m. Pacific. Oh, okay. Well, Vinny, the first one's Misty. Oh, she has no life. Vinny, the first one you already know is Misty from Thrift Junker Vintage Hunter every Wednesday 1 p.m. Eastern. Then there's Trusty Huckster Mercantile. He's a very new channel, and I think that's the guy's channel. Yeah, and Thursday, May 7th, 7 p.m. But I don't know what area he's in. I can't remember. It just says 7 p.m., but it's nighttime, May 7th, Thursday. Then I'll be having my sale um, this Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific. Then, and then obviously, Vinny, you're going to have your sale Saturday. So Vintage Vinny, for anyone who wants to know, is having his second sale Saturday, this coming up Saturday. So that will be 8th, 9th, May 9th at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then Alex at Chapter 2 Vintage is having hers next Friday, May 15th. But I can't remember the time she has it. Oh, thank you. Over 50 and fabulous. Thank you so much. So, is there anyone? Do you guys know of any other channels that are having YouTube live sales? YouTube live sales that we should probably mention and write down. So, if you're thinking of a sale not overlapping it, hold on a second. I know Nicole from Nicole North Garden was thinking about having a sale. Nicole, do you know what day you would want to have your sale? Joanne from A Work in Progress, she's going to be having her sale May 11th, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Joanne from A Work in Progress. So that will be next week. Oh, that's right. Okay, so do you guys see this? So the Thrill of the Thrift is having a YouTube live sale this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Thrill of Vinny, is this her first sale? Thrill of the Thrift. Saturday, 11 a.m. Okay. Oh, you're not committed to the idea yet? Yeah, it's her second one. Okay. So what is the date Saturday? So Thursday, that's 9th, May 9th. May 9th. You should all share one channel. Yeah, all share one channel. So if you guys think of any other sales that are happening, we can mention them now. And so if you're new to YouTube live sales, Alex really helped me out with Chapter 2 Vintage because I had a lot of questions, and I've done just 2 sales so far. Just a notice channel. That you should write everything down and be like prepared. So what she does, and I've copied what she told me to do, is what I did is had found 50 items for sale around, give or take a little bit. So I write each item down with a number, and I write the description of the item. Actually, I'm giving this away. I don't want to. So I'll write the description of the item, And then next to it, I'll write the price of the item. So it's all set up. Yeah, Vinny, you should do that. Definitely. Yeah, because a lot of people have questions. And then as you're going through each item, you'll display it, you'll show it, and you'll talk about it. Say, this is, I don't know, I'll give you an example. Okay, let's say this here little mid-century shell art owl, is, and you say the price before you say the number. Say is whatever, $10, and it is number five. Number five, $10. So then the people that want to buy the item have to plug in, comment number five. Now it's whoever is first on the person's holding the sale feed. If they see it first on their side, then that's first. And a lot of people have different internet speeds, so you could think you are typing in super fast and still be beat. So, and then when you are presenting the item, you don't mention the shipping because you don't know. Number five, please. I think I'd price this a little bit more than $10, otherwise I'll lose money. So then you have to calculate it and stuff. Now, what I'm going to do in my next sale is I'm going to be more. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I'm going to kind of remind people where I'm shipping from and kind of examples of how much the shipping is, because I'm from Washington, which is a corner state, and so the shipping is a little bit more because I'm the far west coast in the corner. Like Misty is in Indiana. She lives kind of like right in the middle, so she's got like some cheaper prices. Yeah, and then hold the item really close to the camera so they can see the details of it, and go a little slower. Sometimes I go a little too fast and you can't see the item. So that is another good idea. And then I got another, not comment, I got some advice about maybe showing the items that you show in the beginning of the sale, kind of showing it again at the end of the sale in case people came into the sale late. Kind of say, oh, this didn't sell yet. I want to show it again in case anyone missed it. So I might do something like that. And then if you're selling a variety of items, you can sometimes, complainers about the cost. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So, so, what was I gonna say? Oh my God, I lost track. Um, oh, you can do it like in sections. So I know Misty on her channel, she'll kind of be all over the place, but one thing she did do is she says, okay, now I'm going to present the linens, because some people were just there for vintage linens. So then she would work on to the linens. Yeah, shipping has to be paid. I mean, it's hard. I'm in Washington. So like if I were to ship something to Tennessee or even to like Florida and New York, it's just more. I tried to get the cheapest shipping, but some things are really awkward to package. And then if the weight goes over a pound, that usually raises up the price unless you can fit it in a flat rate box. But sometimes things don't fit right in the flat rate boxes. It's kind of weird. So I go through Pirate Ship, and I was told from Misty and Alex, Pirate Ship is the best. It's a website where you get discounted shipping prices. Yeah, I just go live on my phone. My computer's old and it would not look good. So I just do actually, I should be on data. Hold on a sec. Am I on? Okay. Pirate Ship. Oh, Nicole, I'm horrible at technology. So, yeah, I've had people I'm going to give you guys some examples. Let's see. Okay, so okay, here's so someone bought 4 items from me that lived in California and I'm in Washington. So the person bought woven placemats. They were pretty big and kind of awkward. Is it buffering? You guys, is it buffering? Shoot, maybe I should go to internet. Nicole says it's buffering. Fine here. Okay, Nicole, might be on your end. Um, okay, so I shipped to California. It was a couple, not now. Okay, fine here. Oh, good. It was a wood bowl. It was a little bit heavy. Plastic frames and wrapping paper. So this, it was over a pound. I believe it was like a couple pounds. So for all 4 items, and the placemats were real huge. To California, it was $10.50 shipping. So not too bad. And then, okay, so let's see. I'll give you another example. Okay, so here's something. So like a book that was pretty lightweight and some greeting cards and a little figurine, some heart tins and some little baby cards. To ship to New York, it was $11 for those 3 items that weren't super heavy. Did those items? Which ones for California? Audra, are you saying for California? The 4 items? So a medium flat rate box is yes. Yeah, medium flat rate box would actually be a little bit more, and the mats did not fit in the medium flat rate box. And that's what I'm talking about, like awkward sized items. So if I were to go up to a large flat rate box, that's several dollars more. So I had to go by weight. Um, yeah, because of the mats. Now, if she just had the little wood bowl, the plastic frames, and wrapping papers, I could probably that might have fit in a padded flat rate, which would only be around $7. But it was the mats too, the placemats. Yeah, I sent it. Yeah, that's first class. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cheapest is first class. So when I sent this when I sent this for 10.50, that was first class. FedEx is more expensive. I've looked into FedEx. Um, so I'm trying to give another example. Let's see. Um, okay, so I sent something to Kentucky, and it was like 3 bird figurines, and that costs $6 shipping, and that is first class. So first class is like the cheapest way. So that kind of gives you an idea. Like if you do go to a YouTube sale, if you visit any of our YouTube sales, it's good to ask where are you located so you can kind of get an idea what the shipping is. Um, so yeah, so me shipping 3 little birds costs $6, and that means it probably I kind of I kind of I don't know go up a little bit, not go up, but like if it says 589 or whatever, I just say $6 shipping because I don't like to work with the change and stuff. I don't know, irritates me. So that's another thing to remember about the shipping. So, anywho, Vinny or Joanne or anyone who's on here who's thinking about having a sale or who is having a sale, Mississippi is probably really high then. Yeah, it depends on what you buy. Like if it's some heavier items and I can fit it in a padded flat rate envelope, that would only be around $7 because that's okay anywhere. I wish I could show you guys some. Anyways, um, so what kind of stuff are you guys looking for when you go to sales, or what kind of items? If you're having a sale, are you going to be selling? Vinny, you want to say what kind of items you'll be having for people that haven't visited your sale? Joanne, do you know what you'll be having? Hi, Mary. So for me, I'm going to be having a little bit of Christmas. I'm going to have some linens. I'm going to have um, some knickknacks, here and there. And she tried to charge me $45 for shipping. Oh no! Was that to a vintage bowl? And she charged 45. Was that to like Canada or was that out of the country? That seems like it's out of the country. I feel like $45 for shipping for a bowl would be out of the country. I shipped 8 pounds to Cali from Ohio today via FedEx for $13.40, but it was cheaper than USPS. Oh, really? Now, was that by weight or was that a flat rate? Because I could ship 8 pounds of something in a flat rate priority mail medium sized mailbox for around that price. Okay. My sale is going to be all vintage crewel embroidery, cross stitch, kits, almost all unopened. Question, should I price them differently or all just one price? And so what price plus shipping? Oh, geez. Does anyone want to help her out? I have no idea. The shipping will be separate, and then it's going to kind of be different prices. Okay, bye, Nicole. Oh, it was by weight. Okay. That's pretty good. So wait, where did you ship it from, Audra? I shipped 8 pounds to California from Ohio. 13.40. 8 pounds. Oh, that is really good. This go around, I have some men's name brand clothes. Oh, you're going to try clothes, Vinny? Brand new, more vintage, of course. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Some things people will see some of the same stuff. Okay, so Vinny is going to try some clothes, obviously vintage items too, and then he's going to bring back some of the stuff that didn't sell. It wouldn't fit in a medium flat rate. Okay. Joanne, that's right up my alley. Can't wait. Oh, good, Teresa. Maybe lot them up via similar themes. Oh, that's a good idea. That would probably be less work for you too, Joanne, if you did like a lot of 2 or 3 of similar themes. And I tried to do that too with like I sold a lot of the little bird figurines because I was like, oh, I don't want to sell like each individual bird for like $2. I mean, it's kind of a pain in the butt. The only thing about like with FedEx and stuff, my mind gets scrambled. So I'm already thinking about all these choices with USPS, and then if I have to add FedEx to it, like, oh, I could do FedEx, or I could do flat rate, or I could do this. I get a little overstimulated, but that's just my brain. And see what I have. Yeah, and remember, Joanne, to set it aside, put like blue painter's tape or like a tag on it, and maybe you could put them all together like in a bag so you can be all prepared, and then to write it down on a booklet, write it down on something like this so you can go right to it. Fast typer. Let's see. And the prices, I don't really know what to price stuff. Um, I tried to get I tried to get ideas from other people. Oh, 3 and done. I'm gonna try selling some jewelry. I'm gonna try some jewelry. So what I'm gonna do is start off the sale selling the normal stuff, the linens, the knickknacks, a little Christmas, vintage cards, things like that. And then I'm gonna say the last 20 minutes of the sale, I'll be selling jewelry. And I'm going to sell some individual pieces and then some lots of stuff. And people said to try maybe like a bag full of jewelry for like crafters, kind of like broken and put together pieces on the computer. I spent a lot of time on the computer too. Just one bird figurine for $5 or $10 or even 15 pence. Yeah, I don't really have any high end bird figurines, but I might get some in the future from someone who's cleaning out their garage. And they said they had some stuff. So I might consider doing that. Um, that I did. Um, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry. I was looking at that. I don't know what to price it at. So it's a cool just as a decoration. I don't know if I'm pricing things too cheap or too much. I always think I'm pricing things too cheap and like 4 or 5 people want the same item. I'm just like, oh my god. I was like, maybe I sold too cheap. I hate that. But then other times I've seen sales and I'm like, they price something, like maybe $15. Like, oh, that seems high. And then there's like 5 people that want it. So I'm like, I don't know. So Vinny, those two French vintage French pictures that were framed of those two French girls. I have similar pictures, framed pictures like that, but the frames are a little bit more ornate, and I'm going to price it the same as you priced yours. So you priced yours at 15 for the set. I'm going to price mine for 15 because I believe. Um, and also when you do, how did you know how to? I don't know. I would kind of walk around and see what other people were pricing their items in the booths and stuff. And I've been in my booth for a couple years, and I've had booths throughout the years. So if you're new at starting in a booth, it's good to always research what's selling in other people's booths and kind of work around that. Not necessarily other antique malls, but the antique mall that you're going to be at, because every antique mall is different. Some the prices are extremely high, and some they're like garage sale prices. But I was gonna say, let's see. Oh, you know, um, it's weird the pricing and stuff because I sold a bunch of hankies and to North Carolina, and they ended up weighing a good amount, but it only cost $4 shipping, and it was all the way to North Carolina. It was a bunch of doilies. So I don't know how USPS decides the shipping, because $4 all the way to North Carolina. I mean, it was less. I think it was less than a pound. So maybe that was it. Maybe if it's more than a pound, it would be more. Oh yeah, Vinny. It's a big excuse to buy more, and it's almost like a storage unit because things would start piling up at home, and yeah, they must have weighed between 4 and 8 ounces. Oh yeah, I can't remember. It might have been 8 ounces. I remember I thought the weight was a little bit more. But yeah, it was only $4 to North Carolina. Maybe it was just 8 ounces. I thought it would have been more because I thought, oh, these are getting a little bit heavy. I have always said it's not so much what you're selling as where you're selling. Yeah, price accordingly. Exactly. Okay, Teresa. Yeah, so the antique space I'm at is kind of in a smaller town. So we can't price items the same as you would price items like in Portland, Oregon. Like Portland, Oregon is very hip, they have higher prices. You have people, shopping there that will pay higher prices. But if you come to a smaller town, they're not expecting to pay Portland, Oregon prices. They're expected to pay like small town prices. And sometimes newer antique booth, newer bleh, people, newer people that just start having an antique space don't realize that. Sometimes they're like, oh, this is, and sometimes they're saying, oh, this sells for this much on eBay, but it won't necessarily sell that in your antique space because you have a lot smaller customer base. Oh, I know. Well, okay. So, yeah, exactly. They have people from all over the United States, which is awesome. Yeah, Vinny. So, um, I've kind of, I've, I've kind of heard from throughout the years. I've talked to owners of antique malls, and they don't tell me like all the details, but there are some antique spaces that actually don't make any money. Yeah. So there was, I had an antique space about 10 years, little less than 10 years ago in Portland, Oregon. And some of the spaces just had crazy prices. And I talked to someone that worked there, and they said that person or a couple of these spaces, they kind of showed me, don't make any money. They actually have to pay rent, or they break even every month. And I'm just like, well, I don't understand why they're still there. And they said that they kind of treat it like a storage unit because they love collecting the stuff, and they want to just keep buying it, and that's what they love. So that's a little that's a little secret. So when you do go into an antique mall, you see really high prices, it doesn't mean they're making any money. It might mean they're just kind of using it as a storage unit, which is kind of bad for the owner because usually the owner takes a little cut, a percentage. So you'll have booths for years and years. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know. Yeah, I knew antique spaces that had been there for years, and their prices are so high they just let it sit, and then you can see the fading on the tag of the price. It's starting to fade because it's been sitting there so long. It's on the price. Yeah, tag is faded. Yeah, it's just crazy. And then some spaces they price their stuff so cheap. I'm just like, how much do they buy this stuff for? Like, are they making a profit? Well, I thought you're, yeah, I know. I don't get it. But my rent is cheap. Oh, nice. 4 times what I pay for. I'm happy. Yeah, I don't expect to make much money on my antique space. I enjoy filling it. There has been months where um, I didn't make any money. And it's really embarrassing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is like horrible months. And then last year when we had a ice storm, I had to pay money because obviously no one was shopping. They didn't want to slip on the ice and stuff. And I had to pay rent. It sucked. But then there's other months where I've made like a couple $100, and I was really happy with that. So I'm not getting rich off of it. It's just something fun to do. Um, but I know some people that first starting to get into like having an antique space, their expectations are a little high, and they're like, "What do I have to do to make like $800 a month?" I'm like, "Oh God!" I said, "You have to have a really high turnover rate, and you have to have stuff that just flies off the shelves, and that's hard, especially if you're in a smaller town." I do. I have a booth. I usually don't like to say where because I feel, I don't know, I'm a little paranoid about it. But I do have a booth, kind of in a smaller town, and I've had it for a couple years. But I've had spaces all over for close to 20 years. I've had spaces in Portland, Oregon, in Oregon City. Um, yeah, so different areas. They don't like antique stores, vendor malls that have a mix of new and old. I kind of like it because you can find a wide variety of things. I don't like. Oh, I like it. I mean, why don't people like it? Do some people not like it because of the higher prices, or do they not like it because there's new stuff too? Sometimes when I do go in antique malls and I'm specifically looking for antiques and there's tons of like crafty stuff, new stuff, it kind of bothers me because I'm like, well, I'm not looking for that. I know a lot of people are into it, but I like going to antique malls, and I definitely will buy stuff from them. I know the prices are a little bit higher. Like, you just have to sometimes find the space that prices cheaply, cheaply. So yeah, I think I figured out how to schedule the lives. So I had several. I tested on my husband's phone. I scheduled it, and then if I go on the stream that I scheduled, I think everything worked out okay. And I got several people saying that they saw it, that it was scheduled, that I was scheduled to go live. Oh yeah, they expect vintage. Yeah, I know. I don't know. For me personally, I don't really buy crafty stuff, new stuff and crafty stuff. That's not really my thing. I know a lot of people do, but I usually like more of the vintage kind of antique malls. I had a vintage Victorian original print. I had it priced at $350. Wow, store owner called me and said someone offered $300, and I should take it. Uh oh, Audrey, did you take it? I saw the notice half hour before you went live. Okay, well that's good. I think there's a huge difference between a vendor mall and an antique shop. Yes, vendor malls have everything. Antique malls should have vintage. Yeah, I think so too. Definitely. So you don't get so you don't get fooled. um, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So I know because the last two. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna read Audra's message. I said no. He said I was crazy that no one ever sold a print for more than 35.70. He called me later and said they bought it. It went to New York. Oh my gosh. Good for you. Good for you, Audra. That's awesome. But I think it sounds very nice with both. I mean. Oh yeah. What do you have in Maria? What do you have in Sweden? Like with vintage and stuff. When I went to Paris, they had a lot of outdoor flea markets where they sold antiques and vintage and stuff. And I only went to Sweden for like a few hours in between traveling. So, but yeah. So hopefully my sale goes well. Vinny, I hope your sale goes well. I hope everyone's sale goes well. So, what do you guys think? Do you think these YouTube live sales will still be popular in a couple months when the stores and thrift stores start opening up and garage sales start opening up this summer after the virus is settled down? Do you guys think these YouTube lives will still be popular? Like, what do you think? What's your opinion on that? Should we continue doing YouTube live sales, or should we take a break until the fall? Because I know they'd be popular in the fall when people are stuck inside when it's snowing and raining and looking for gifts. But what do you guys think? I'm thinking it might not be as popular for a couple months. Oh, secondhand stores, flea markets. Yeah. All over Europe, flea markets are a big thing. I remember in London they had some flea markets. Around Italy they did about something. Just stick to it for a while. Yeah. I had no idea who the artist was, but many were looking at it. Yeah, if you have a feeling, like why settle? If you're not in a rush to sell it, like if you desperately need the money, like you need it right now to pay a certain bill, then you'd probably take it. But if you're not in a rush, I mean, you might as well just sit on it until you get the price you want. I did that with a birchwood side table, and I priced it kind of higher. And the person came in. Some person came in, offered less. And I was like, no, I don't want to sell it for that much less. And then another lady came in, really loved it, and she bought it for what I was asking. I can't remember what I sold it for. It was like $325 or something like that. If you're making prop, not everyone can go to auctions or garage sales. That's true. That's true. And maybe like some states aren't really going to open up stuff until maybe late summer. Oh yeah. Yeah, if it only been sitting there like a few weeks, oh definitely. Yeah, don't settle. Um yeah, that's true. I know that Texas is starting to open up, Tennessee is starting to open up, Florida is starting to open up, California is supposed to start opening up. It will it will still do well. Okay. I'm doing now selling things that haven't sold on eBay. Okay. Yeah. I love birchwood. It was one of those things that I didn't need, and I was like, I'd rather have the money than the item, the furniture item. Yeah, maybe I'll keep doing the sales. So the last two sales, I only sold 40%, but I got it. I couldn't figure out how to schedule the live. So people are like, oh, I was waiting on another stream and noticed you were live on this stream. I'm like, oh my gosh. So that probably affected my sales. And then I'm not a huge channel, so that kind of affects the sales. And then I was told by Alex, you got to keep playing around with what sells because you don't know. So I was just testing things out. I'm like, okay, let's see if this sells. Well, it didn't. So I don't know if I'll try it again later. Let's see if this sells. And then I get like 3 or 4 people bidding on something. I'm like, okay, so this is a hot item. And guys said, I will sell things that were not worth my time. Yeah. Yeah, that's good thinking. And some things aren't worth your time to sell on eBay. Like, oh my God, just certain stuff, I don't know. It just takes a long time. You got to take the pictures. You have to list it, write the description out. Then when they buy it, you have to package it up. You have to mail it. And it's like, sometimes things will sit for months and months. And it's just annoying. I know. Oh, there you go. Yep. So under $15. Yeah, and like the little ticket items, like little trinkets that sell for like, $5, $6. It's like, then eBay takes their cut, PayPal takes their cut. So yeah, it's kind of like not worth it sometimes. Actually, now that I got a new floodgate open, I will try this out first. You did good, Vinny. You did really good. So yeah, keep continuing with it. But you guys, my phone is going to die soon. And I'm about to watch a movie with my children. So I'm going to head out. But definitely check out these other sales that are happening. Check back at my channel to see when I'm doing my sale. And yeah, let's all support each other and buy stuff from each other. All right, so I will head out and see you guys later. Thanks everyone for joining me for this chat, and I will see everyone soon. All right, now I just have to shut it off. Bye.